Hey crew, Mark Hatmaker here. I'm going to give you a quick Tomahawk tip. We go into further detail on it in our most recent black box. We're talking about, we actually do 2 in a row on Tomahawk draws directly into quick kills. All I'm giving you right here is something not to do. Actually, I'm going to give you 2 things. It's a twofer right here. I'm going to use a mock-up, not a real one. No vertical chopping. All right, you can get away with this with a stick because there's no weight at the end. The power of a battle axe, the power of a tomahawk, is in the inertial forces of how much the weight is on the head of this bad boy. That's what's going to do the job. So whenever we pull it, we do this big shot right here. Yeah, that's going to have a lot of a stink on it. But the problem with doing open chopping, which is what that is called, for example. Well, I should get back. Why no vertical chop? We've got inertial forces, and I'm missing. Unless you are a lumberjack standing directly on the log, hitting directly between the steel-toed boots, there's no reason to be doing vertical, all right? You don't do it with a battle axe, you don't do it with your tomahawk, you shouldn't even do it with a camp axe, all right? No vertical. We need to have an angle we can control with gusto of those inertial forces. Have a look at the battle axe secrets material to see really deep in the weeds about how to wield an inertial forces weapon. It's way different than most other things you play with. So for tomahawk, we're not doing the vertical, we want open chops. Well, actually we want punch chops, but meaning opens mean we want things that we'll have, if we lose control of the inertial forces, they're going to be directly away from our body. If we're doing any sort of draw and we're moving through the ford, we see this big shot right here coming across, let's say at this high inside angle. What are the 3 problems with that angle? Number 1, right now, you and I are playing, we're tomahawk dueling. God knows why, but we are. We're facing each other, and I do this to come up to give you this open chop. It's open because I've got this open position right here. Where's it coming from? Well, you see it. You see everything. Little Mark's going to hit you right here. So I'm going to transition with 5 pounds at the end of this and come down to this low position right here. It's going to be from right here. So in a sense, I've telegraphed my intent. Open chops did exist in the old days, but that was when it was a sure thing. Things already progressed to this is the killing blow, the coup de grace, as it were. We're done. I can afford the liberty of an open chop. The other problem with it, not only telegraphing my intent, is snagging. Let's say, tomahawks are meant to be weapons on the move. We just don't come out and face each other. We got tomahawks. We're moving through the camp. We're drawing and we're hitting as we're moving through. That's why all of our training on black boxes meant you have to be moving. If you're not trotting, at least at a trot with doing it, you're not doing it right. You don't have the attitude down. And particularly, we advocate you getting in the woods and do this. If you're always running through the woods, working on this, you think about an open chop. What a better way to strip you. You're moving this, and there's twigs and branches in the way. You're moving through here, boom, that snags on a tree. You've just disarmed yourself. We've got to find ways to chop that does not call for these open positions. The other thing, if we're thinking about historical context, battles were also meant to be small skirmish parties. If we're moving through, and I've got battle mates around me, let alone multiple assailants, opponents, all these big things we're doing right here as we see in the movies where we get the choreography, we're able to go, you stand here, this is your sphere, don't move out of that, you're here, get the camera ready, set, and good and go. And then we can do all this, and nobody ever gets in the way. Well, if I'm doing these big shots right here in reality, well, this big spiked pole or whatever I've got, P-O-L-L, is going to take out someone's skull or what have you, or I'm getting clashed up with a neighbor battle mate's weapon. There's too much. Open chops can be seen easily. They will snag you on that solo run through the forest, and you can easily get snagged up or injure someone else near in the midst of the melee. And that's why we always advocate the punch chop. Why? Because it's faster, makes major use of the inertial forces, and it also seems to be historically accurate. So it's a win-win-win-win. Let's add another win on top.